BNC, percent black host all finally that speak us.
Harris was critical of legislatures in Republican-held states that passed laws in the wake of the 2020 election, making it more difficult to vote. Joining us now to discuss the push for voting rights and its importance for black and brown people is Cliff Albright. He's the executive director of the Black Voters Matter Fund, Cliff, good to have you back. What were you hoping to hear from the vice president and the several other cabinet officials at the event yesterday?
Hey, Nayyera, thanks for having me. Yeah, I mean, as always, we're always looking to hear from them that they recognize that we're still in a serious voting rights battle. They've been pretty serious about acknowledging that much. But, we're always listening to see like what the solutions are that they're going to be able to offer, whether that's in the form of legislation or any new ideas that they have in order to get legislation passed. And we know that there's a obstacle in Congress. We know that all 50 Republicans blocked it along with 2 Democratic senators. We also know that the vice president and the president don't cast those votes. She does if it's a tie. But we were listening to see if there was going to be any new legislative ideas coming out, or more importantly, if there's going to be anything at the executive level that they talked about. We're still looking and hoping to see some strong executive level action in regards to sending, federal monitors or observers to some of these states. I mean, think about what's happening in Texas, where you have a new law, a voter suppression law that enables partisan people to come in and actually even videotape people as they're voting, or look at what's happening in Florida, where the governor there is talking about, and the legislature has passed or voted on a election police division. And so, we need executive action to go in and observe what's going on in some of these states in order to protect voters. We could also use some executive actions with some aggressive voter registration or supporting voters as they're trying to cure things like what happened in Texas, where you saw close to a third of the ballots, vote by mail ballots, being returned, getting some strong federal level support to help voters in that situation. So there are things that we want to see at the executive level that can deal with the fact that at least until we get the voting rights legislation passed, that there's some executive action that can be taken.
Cliff, I don't want to go unnoticed what Selma Mayer, the first Black American to be elected to be the mayor of Selma, at 12 years of age, actually being a participant in that Bloody Sunday. But I don't want it to go unnoticed what he said about pre-clearance and what happened in 2013 when the Supreme Court gutted the Voting Rights Act of 1965 and taking away that Section 5, which was pre-clearance. That is why we are here today. And the late John Lewis warned us of this, that now that the pre-clearance was taken away, we would see this assault on our voting rights in America. Based on that, what you said, the executive branch, what can it do beyond the fact that the Senate, through Kyrsten Sinema and Joe Manchin, have failed to break up the filibuster, to part the waters for us to get voting rights, the John Lewis Voting Rights Act passed?
Yeah, and you mentioned pre-clearance. I think it's important to note a couple of things. That Supreme Court case that gutted the Voting Rights Act was rooted in Alabama. That was Shelby County, Alabama, that case was based on. And for Alabama, and much the way that the Supreme Court decision a few weeks ago regarding redistricting was also an Alabama case dealing with Alabama redistricting. So it's just amazing to see the ways that Alabama continues to play a critical role in this battle over voting rights. And definitely, as I said, that there are some things that we hope that the executive level, that the president and the Justice Department, right? They've done 2 lawsuits, one in Georgia, one in Texas. We'd love to see them being even more aggressive. But at the end of the day, the reason pre-clearance was so important is because it takes time for the Justice Department or the NAACP Legal Defense Force or the Advancement Project or anybody else to file those lawsuits and then to get resolution. In the meantime, we're dealing with a situation where we've got midterm elections taking place. Sometimes, with these gerrymandered maps and with these voter suppression laws. The recent case, the breaking news that Nayyera just announced, is certainly good news in regards to those 2 maps in North Carolina and Pennsylvania, but there's still a lot left to be done. Pre-clearance was a big part of keeping us from even having to get to that level. So we need pre-clearance added in. We need the voting rights legislation, the John Lewis Voting Rights Act, as well as Freedom to Vote Act passed. But we also need to be looking at whatever else can be done at the federal level in terms of executive action. And there's still some organizing and some battles that we have to fight at the state level. That's part of what we've been talking about this week as we're in Selma, and we're taking part in this march. We know people know about what happened yesterday with the bridge crossing, but there's actually a march taking place all this week from Monday to Friday. We're going to be here all week continuing to raise this issue of voting rights, including some other bills right here in Alabama that could be very disastrous.
Cliff, we're talking about pre-clearance, and in that Supreme Court decision, Chief Justice John Roberts effectively said, well, racism is over, so we don't need to pre-clear any of these local election changes. Catch us up to speed how racism is alive and well today in dozens of states around the country in their voting laws.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, Nayyera, because a couple of things we have to keep in mind. One, John Roberts has been on a vendetta against the Voting Rights Act literally for 4 decades now. He resisted the amendments in the early 80s under the Reagan administration when he was trying to and fighting hard in order to get them to limit the impact of the Voting Rights Act. Then he's been fighting this battle for 40 years, literally. And so, when he had the chance in the Shelby decision, which took pre-clearance out, he sees it, just as he sees every opportunity to further restrict the Voting Rights Act since that time. And so, we've got to be mindful that all of this that we're talking about at one point or another is going to require that we take a hard look at this Supreme Court, which again gave a favorable ruling today, but it's undeniable that the trend of their rulings on anything related to voting rights over the past decade at least has been towards reducing and gutting the Voting Rights Act and not strengthening or even acknowledging it. And so we got to take a look at the Supreme Court. And some level, we're going to have a hard conversation about expanding the court, because it has clearly become a partisan court filled with partisan judges that are, almost unapologetically serving partisan interests. You need look no further than not just Chief Justice Roberts, but Clarence Thomas and his history, as well as his personal connections to insurrection. And so we've got to take a very hard look at the Supreme Court, and we got to take a hard look at expanding the court.
And Cliff, this is the point of why it's so important for you and other leaders on the front lines of voting rights and civil rights remain out there on the front lines, because as people try to stonewall us and flim-flam us and bamboozle us over this big lie, it's important that the Cliff Albrights and all the people are involved in making sure that we turn out the vote and turn things around. That's the only way that it's going to be done, it seems, because we don't know if Joe Biden can be an LBJ in this case.
Yeah, we certainly would love for him to have that LBJ moment that, I would have loved to have heard a speech, last week that was reminiscent of LBJ's "We Shall Overcome" speech, right? The speech that he gave after Bloody Sunday, as he called for the passage of the Voting Rights Act. He's still got time to have that moment, right? And we're going to continue to push him to have that moment, and we're going to continue to push at the state level, just as we'll be doing tomorrow at the Alabama Capitol in Montgomery, along with our friends at the League of Women's Voters. We're still going to be fighting at the state level to fight back against a lot of this. If I could just briefly, you showed the mayor of Selma, who actually, that was one of the first campaigns that I was ever involved in when I moved to Selma in 1998, was his first campaign in the year 2000. But I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that in many ways, the entire country, Black, white, brown, and otherwise, has benefited from what happened in Selma in the Alabama Black Belt. But we go to Selma once a year. We commemorate. Selma needs help. Selma needs environmental protection support and housing and urban development support, and definitely the transportation and infrastructure support. And so I'd just really be remiss if I didn't mention that. And there's a connection between that, because we can't continue to tell people that they got to fight for their voting rights because it's connected to all of these issues if people don't start to see the benefits of those issues, particularly in a place like Selma and the rest of the Black Belt. We're marching through Alabama's Black Belt through historic Lowndes County this week. So I just wanted to be able to mention that as we talk about voting rights, that we've also got to talk about the legacy of what's happening in these communities that played such a critical part in helping the entire country to get those voting rights.
Once people vote, do we honor what they have voted for? Cliff Albright, no flim flam from you, the executive director of the Black Voters Matter Fund. Thank you for joining us.